Hello there, it's Gemstone Tarot, and we are going to be looking at your next serious relationship, your next future partner, your next meaningful person, okay? Your sweet baboo, whatever you want to call them. We're going to be looking at it in this reading. I'm very excited to do this because we're kind of hitting spring here in the UK, and it's just also, I've been looking at your comments, what's going on in your lives. A lot of you are ready to meet a new person. So it's time, okay? It's time for you, and it's time for you to put yourself first and take this seriously. Okay, go and get a drink, maybe slip on some lounge pants, whatever, some biscuits, make yourself comfortable, and then look down at these cards, okay? We've got number 1, number 2, and number 3. They are a mixture. I've especially put them together out of all my different decks and oracle cards and all sorts, okay? So just take a beat, and whichever one you are attracted to, go with that one. There will be a timestamp with number 1, number 2, number 3, and there you can find your reading. We are going to be looking at the personality of this person and their astrology. We're going to be looking at their strengths and weaknesses, their hobbies, what they like to do, how you're going to recognize them, and also about your relationship story that is unique to you, okay? So have a look, see which one you fancy, and I will see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, lovely number 1. Right, okay, what is this person's personality traits? What's their astrology? We're looking at the higher self and also how they appear to you, like in the street, as it were. Their strengths, weaknesses, what they like to do with their time. And also we're looking at your relationship story. Okay, so a lot to be getting on with. I hope that you're comfortable. There's also going to be an extended reading. And in the extended reading, we drill down into where is this person now? Are they ready for this? And also, how are you going to meet them? How do you kind of end up together? And we look at time frames, and we look further into kind of signs and what message do they have for you, okay? So let's get into it. Number 1s. First card I chose for you was Lightseer's Tarot. Let's just stick those there. Wowzers. Okay, so you get the 6 of Wands. 6 of Wands, let me just put myself in the corner. Everyone puts baby in the corner. 6 of Wands, of course, fire sign energy. Gorgeous fire sign energy. Oh my God. It's also a card of celebration. This is, I would say this was quite a fast meeting with somebody. Okay, this is not particularly, you know how someone can be like a grower, not a shower? They can be a slow burner. No, this is a fast burner. I've got fire sign detail going on here. Leo, Aries and Sagittarius. But also I've got a feeling of just kind of celebration and joy. And this is a person who is quite light-hearted. I feel like they are a little bit the life and soul of the party, okay? And I don't know why, number 1s, but I'm just kind of getting that for some of you, that might not be your normal type. You know, that might not be, you might not always go for the most obvious person in the room. So this is a bit of a departure for you. Now, I'm even getting for some of you, and I don't know where this is coming from, but I'm even getting like musician or singer or someone who does stand-up poetry. You know, I'm almost seeing this as a microphone, and it feels like they express themselves somehow kind of publicly. It might be that they make like videos of themselves, put themselves on YouTube, or they've got some kind of music business. And that, again, it might not be your thing. I have a feeling that you are more introverted, number 1s, and that this person is your sweet little extrovert. Not so little either. They feel like a big personality to me. Just looking at my notes, because I thought I'm going to be organised this reading. I'm actually going to make the notes. I'm just going to put them there so I can see them. This is exciting. And we're looking here, we've got the number 6. So 6s are, for me, they're quite dynamic. They're quite sexy as well. So this is a person who's going to awaken you physically. Okay? I know. You know what I'm saying? It's physical. This is a strong sense of physical attraction between you two. And again, it might be that you're, more along the lines of seeing how it goes and taking things slowly. And I get that, but I don't see that for you here. This I see as a real kind of visceral attraction. Like, I don't know, they see you and it's like that cartoon, when the bunny used to see something and it would go ding, 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 and their eyes would turn into hearts. I'm getting that. And I don't normally get that for any reason at all. So this is a very good start, number 1. And this is a relationship and a personality that you have not really dated before. Okay? This is something really, really new. I'm very excited for this reading. Okay. So I've also used my gorgeous glittery tower. Okay. Tower? Well, we do have the tower. Tarot, but stuff it. Okay. Now, some of you, I think, have come from a difficult relationship history and you have that in common with this person. Okay. If we look here, we've got the 9 of Swords, which is the, 4 a.m. card. It's when you've been cheated on or you've just been messed about by somebody and there's been a history of sitting up in bed and worrying about what's going on, what's happening with this person. Some of you, I feel, have been right messed about by somebody. I can't, put it any nicer than that. And I do feel that your person as well, even though they're very kind of boisterous and they're very extrovert, they're and they're like the life and soul of the party. I feel like they're, nobody, if they were in a pub or a club or even just like a group, everybody would be like, oh, so-and-so, they're so funny, they're so confident. Their confidence is hiding a pattern of broken hearts from before. They've been let down by somebody, but so have you. And I feel like an initial conversation, God, I love the glitter on these, that you have with this person, you might really bond. And this is particularly because we've got here the 9 of Swords, which is communication, but you may possibly have been before with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or somebody who was not very kind with the way they treated you, in their words, in their lack of action, not in their action, but in their lack of action. Okay. So you already have an understanding of this person. You already have something in common, but they totally get it and they can sense it in you. They can sense the parts of you that are broken, and that's going to be an incredibly healing process, mostly in the beginning for you, but what you will see probably about 6 weeks into this relationship and what you'll begin to feel, and it's going to give you such a confidence, is that you give them the confidence too. You are healing them. In the beginning, you're going to feel like you need the healing, and you do, okay? And they know how to do that. They know how to give you that reassurance and that warmth that they have. And I'm getting as well here, oh, this is so lovely, a real physical warmth, like they can do a really good bear hug, this person. They can really I'm getting like all armpit and shoulder and whatever that bit is, it pec, just that bit across the front, and it's a real enveloping warm embrace from this person. you are going to find, because it kind of looks to me, I know it looks weird, like these swords are melting. You're going to find this person melts your defenses. And you know what? Your defenses are going to be what makes you initially, when they don't know you, very attractive to them. You know, we never know when we meet somebody, and it's never what we think, what they're going to find attractive about us. There is something here about your style and your... I don't want to say that you're going to come across as cold, because you're not coming across as cold. But you're definitely coming across as someone who knows what they want and not to be messed with in a very quiet and introverted way. You are giving off signals that you will not be tolerating that is not what you're here for, okay? And 100% that message is picked up on and understood by this person, and you don't even have to say it. It's just instinctual to them. They can just pick up on it. And what happens is, I feel like the first 6 weeks of your relationship with this person, you may talk a lot and let out, because I'm getting a kind of, and some of you might be a water sign, because I'm just getting like a gush, getting like a whole kind of, you know, like a dam bursting. You're letting out everything that you've held in and been afraid to say to people in the past. This person, they're so larger than life, you just can't offend them. And that freedom melts you, okay? I love this for you. Then we have gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeousness, the King of Pentacles. Lovely. So we also have here possible earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus and Virgo, okay? So I'm getting fire and I'm getting earth. So King of Pentacles is, between you and me, my favourite king, okay? What is he standing on here? Can't tell what that, oh, it's kind of standing on a sort, I thought that was slippers. Anyway, this lovely chap, the King of Pentacles, has a vibe of being warm, of being reliable, and of showing up on time. Some of you in the past may have dealt with somebody who was very significant to you, who was also late. Like late to meet you, or late to text you, or you never quite knew when they were going to show or if they were going to show. This is somebody where you do know, they let you know. This is someone who is going to, before you've even had a chance to look at your phone and do this worrying that you've kind of become accustomed to, this is somebody who is going to get in there first and have already told you where they're going to meet you and how they're going to pick you up and how it's going to happen. That for you, in the first part of knowing this person, is weirdly going to be a little bit of a struggle because you're not used to it, okay? And that's fine. This person has the trait of being reliable, and you can test that if you want to, and you may find in the first 6 weeks of the relationship that you are testing this person to see whether they're going to stop doing it or to see whether they're going to let you down, okay? They're here for it, they're good for it. I'm getting, and this might be very relevant to somebody here, I'm getting like a spirit animal of a bear. And very much, some of you may already have this knowledge of why I'm getting a bear. And please leave me a comment if you do, okay? Because the specifics mean a lot to me, especially if you feed back. And I don't feel like I'm just going mad. So I'm getting massive, because I suppose we have bear hug energy for this person. But I'm just getting like, this is a person who might be quite physically large. You know, they're tall. They have a presence. They have a really big presence. And it's the kind of person I think you would look at and think they're never going to notice me. And that's why they're going to notice you. Because you're not putting yourself out there like everybody else. Okay? And I know we're always kind of thinking, oh God, I never put myself out there. I'm not front and center. You don't need to be. This person almost like is tuned to hone in and find you, hiding in the corner over there like you always are. And then we get the Tower. Look at that. Oh my God, this is amazing. The attraction between you and this person is powerful, fiery. This represents Pluto and Uranus, okay, which is deep and unexpected. You can't plan for this. I would say this was a meeting that you're not expecting at all. So, in a sense, that's a good thing. Because if you were expecting this level of attraction, you might run a mile. It's quite kind of not challenging, but I'm really getting for you that you do have this introvert nature. And it's going to be a little bit of a like, woof, you know, a bit like that. And then we also get the Page of Pentacles. Now, I'm glad that we get this. This person is very grounded. They may have a child, a teenage child, or a young, possibly boy child already. Maybe 1 or 2 children. So this is somebody who might already be a family person. For some of you, that's really going to fit. Okay, they're very generous with their family. They're very kind with their friends, and they understand kind of where people are at. I love that. If you have children yourself, this is somebody who's very good with children. They might even work with children on youth projects. Yeah, I'm quite getting that vibe. Be a social worker, a teacher, a coach, like a sport coach of some kind. Very much getting that vibe for this person. Cool. Okay. Wow. So I did a Major Arcana card for you as well. Major Arcana comes from, where is it? Can't remember. I'll find it in a minute. So Major Arcana for you is the Empress. Of course it is. So this person, and this is weird, okay, but I'm really getting with the King of Pentacles and the Empress, you two could become parents, and I'm putting that in inverted commas, very quickly. Now this might be that they already have children, that you have children, that you're going to have children together, or even that there's like animals to look after or something like that. There's people or animals to look after. And either because you already have this, or they already have this, or they do it for a job, or you could even end up doing it together as a business. Like, and this is dead weird. This might only be for one person, but animal therapy farm, okay? Please leave me a comment in the comment section. You end up looking after things together. And this really cements your relationship. This is the highest, this is your higher self, the Empress. So we've got Venus, we've got this lovely kind of new moon energy, this Venus energy, this mothering energy, the nurturing energy, taking care of things. You want to take care of each other, but the future of your relationship with this person is in taking care of something else. For a few of you, it might even be a house project, that you literally, this house is your baby, that you take care of this. But most of you, it's animals, it's children, it's people. I love this for you. This is going to be particularly interesting for those of you who haven't done that before. It's very inspiring for you. This person is very inspiring. I'm just going to bring... And also I think it's really going to attract you even more when you see this person in their element of looking after things and people, because they're so warm and they're so chatty and they can put people at ease so easily. They may be a tour guide or, like a forest leader or something like that. I love this for you. Then we get the desert and we get thirst. So I'm also thinking here partly about heat. There's something here, fire sign again. I'm getting Leo, Aries, Sagittarius. And also look out for the months when those signs are in the sun sign. So we've got kind of July, August for Leo. We've got November, December for Sagittarius. And we've got March, April for Aries. Okay, so just remember those. But also I'm getting salt water. I'm getting oasis. And for some of you, I know there are parts of Australia and America that kind of look like this. I'm getting red rock and I'm getting red sand. Oof, I'm so excited because I'm also getting that here too. This is a big deal because I don't understand it, and that's really important. It's always good when I don't understand things because frankly, I never travel anywhere. But I know there are states in America that have this red rock and red sand, and also in Australia, maybe even New Zealand, parts of Europe as well, south of France. So like Roussillon, I know that because I've been there. So kind of red rock and sand and a feeling of what the kind of outback. That's very interesting. But also salt water and heat is important, okay? Oh, I love this. So the love card you get for this is boundaries. This person, and this is really weird. So before in your relationships, number one, I feel like you've really felt you've needed to kind of lay your boundaries down because somebody was perhaps kind of trespassing all over them. Do you know what I mean? But it didn't really work, and it didn't make them respect your boundaries, and it didn't help you. Sorry, I'm just trying to get all the cards in because I want to do a couple more cards. It didn't really help you with your own, okay? This person has very warm boundaries and respects your boundaries to the point that you won't need to lay down the law because they already know. And what I'm getting here is a dog sniffing something out. This person, in the nicest possible way, and for some of you dogs might be significant. For some of you, you might have quite a dog that's quite old or quite poorly or something like that. I don't know where that's coming from, but I just need to say it. This person, it's like a scent. This person can smell when you're afraid and they want to make it better for you. They don't take any pride in you feeling upset. They don't want you to feel upset. They don't want you to feel insecure. For some of you, this might be a Virgo as well, because I'm getting the earth sign vibes too. They just want to look after you, but not in a kind of sappy, I don't feel like you can look after yourself, just because they respect you so much as this Empress energy and because they are the King of Pentacles. And that's what the King of Pentacles does. Oh my God. So I also chose for you love and relationship cards. Okay. These are affirmations. And the first one I get is boundaries, as well as you getting boundaries for this one, okay? I claim my right to set healthy boundaries and allow others to do the same. Sometimes personal space is taken and sometimes it's given. And this is your story with this person. And sometimes if you're on the subway, it's completely disregarded and shamelessly invaded. I guess it all depends on the day. This person has a really good sense of humour. Now, it may be that your sense of humour is quieter than this person's. Like, I feel like they like to go to comedy nights. They like to watch comedy. They like to maybe even do stand-up comedy. Do you remember we talked about the microphone and this person being in front of people? Or they might even have a blog where they're funny, or just, you know, if they're in the pub with friends or with family, This person is a bit of a raconteur. They tell a good story. They know a good joke. They can do impressions maybe. You're going to appreciate this from a kind of quiet perspective. It's not like you need to be the same. You're not the same as this person. I'm getting a real yang energy from this person for you, number one, a real outgoing, extrovert yang energy. And from you, I'm picking up a yin energy. And you know that that is a fantastic combination. They don't need you to be bigger than yourself. They don't need you to be in the spotlight. They don't need you to be the funny one or to be up front and broadcasting. Frankly, that's what they like to do. And you can sit and you can admire and you can enjoy and just let this run over you. And they will bask in that admiration, and that's all they want. And that is lovely. It's a beautiful thing. The other card you get is Boundless Love. How gorgeous is that? Today I'll open my eyes a little wider and walk a little taller, noticing that the world around me is filled with tiny miracles. With this in mind, it's easy to fall in love over and over again with everything from honeybees to neon signs. And while I'm feeling this inspired and this in love, everything else just falls into place. This is a person who feels relaxed in their own skin. They may like to do dancing. They may like to... Their hobbies, I think, are very physical. I do feel like there's somebody who could do motorbiking, quad biking, sports, team sports, and like I said, coaching youngsters or coaching anybody in sports, climbing, cycling, mountain biking, any of those pursuits. And again, this isn't somebody who's looking for a partner for that particularly. They're not looking for that. They're looking for quietness. And you are like this sort of, you're like a whisper to this person. Like a whisper of love to this person. God, I love that. What card do I want for you here? I just want to take another card for you. Yes. Yes. You are a blessing to them. I suppose if people knew them, they would think that they wanted somebody who was really loud and that could match their energy. They've tried that, and I think that might have gone very wrong for them in the past. They're looking for someone who appreciates them for who they really are. The only downside here is that you are somebody, number one, who needs a bit of downtime, who needs a bit of alone time, and might need to just switch off and, what I call get into the glittery library, be quiet a little bit, be a bit kind of recharge your batteries. You just need to let them know that. Okay, so sometime in the relationship, maybe 3 months in, when you're actually oh my God, I need 5 minutes to myself, all you need to do is spell it out to them and they'll give it to you. Okay, I'm just going to get in there first and let you know. So we get answered prayer for you, gorgeous energy. This is healing with the angels. And this is a healing relationship for you. It's healing past hurts. It's healing your boundaries, which were bust by somebody, definitely. We also get the friendship card. So this is somebody that years down the line, and even in the beginning actually, even though the sexual attraction, frankly, is 11 out of 10, there's an easy friendship here. There's an easy friendship with this person. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, goosebumps. Okay, sorry, I'm getting really excited. Okay, number one. Woof. Now, those of you that watch my daily channel will know that when the miracle card comes out, the tiara goes on. I can take my glasses off because I don't quite go. The tiara is on, people. Why is the tiara on? because you, lovely number one, can expect a miracle. I love this. You got the glittery tower. This is somebody that bursts onto the scene. Okay, they burst onto the scene. Your story is a story of looking after things and people, and it absolutely brings out the best in you because you love to do that anyway, but I think you may have been just getting exhausted doing that on your own. And it's just so much more fun to share that story with somebody else. And also, if you've already had ideas about caring for others or some kind of, basis for doing that, this person can kind of physically help you make that happen. They can actualize it for you, which is a beautiful thing. And the miracle, I love that because it just echoes that 6 of Wands that we got at the beginning. It shines a light. So expect this, number one. Don't be wondering when is it happening. Expect this to happen. It's going to happen. It's a real big smiley energy for a real big smiley fire sign or earth sign person. Okay? I'm going to go and do the extended reading, and in that we are going to look at where is this person now? Are they in a place that's ready for this relationship? And how are you going to meet this person? How do you actually end up together? We're going to look at some time frames and we're going to channel messages from this person. Okay, we're going to have some fun. So the link to that is below in the description box. I'm really excited for you, number one. I'll see you on the other side. Namaste. Hello, number two. Okay, so personality, traits and astrology. We're going to start with that, but we're doing 3D self, higher self. We're doing strengths and weaknesses, career and hobbies. And then also the cards kind of take on a life of their own. So let's just begin at the beginning. Ooh. We start straight off the bat with justice. So, of course, with justice, we might be dealing with a Libra or an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Okay, officially, this is like the card for Libra. But I'm also thinking Gemini, Libra, Aquarius at the moment, and we'll see what other things kind of pop out to talk to us about that. This is a person who is, of course, well balanced and fair. And I think we can say as well with Libra that there is a strong kind of moral code here and a desire to deal with the truth. Now, I don't know whether that actually bleeds into the occupation of this person or not. We're going to have a look at some other cards as well. But for now, we can take this that your person has a very kind of even temper, okay, which is very nice in a person. Could be quite logical as well. I'm kind of getting that. I'm getting that they are, I don't know, I'm getting icy blue as a colour. And I know that that is represented a bit in the sky, but it just feels like, like kind of icy blue for some reason. So we'll just park that. We'll think, right, okay. But also think to yourself, what does that mean to you? And I like the open sky on this as well. I like the open sky that we've got in the background. It just feels like this person is capable, and I'm getting computer science, jobs to do with IT, that this person, and blue sky thinking, that kind of creative thought. They could be a creative, they could work in graphic design or art, but it feels a bit more on the science and logic side for me at the moment. Okay, okay, I'm going to take a couple more cards. Oh, isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So to go with this, we get the star. Oh, and that, of course, the star represents Aquarius. So again, We're dealing with an air sign energy here. I'm getting strong air sign energy. So the person that you're meeting next, very likely here to have air sign energy, okay? Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, as we said before. But also when you get the star, because of Aquarius, it has to do with groups of people and organisations. So again, this might be somebody you work with for some of you, and it could be distantly, as in they're a member of your HR or they're a member of your IT support team and they're not actually in your office. You know, they're kind of at a distance, but it feels like a bit of a cyber distance. The star is also a card of spirituality, but it's also a card of manifesting. This is quite weird, but I'm going to say it anyway because, you know, hey, you're here for it and so am I. This person may be manifesting you already. In fact, they've already manifested you. And I know that's really weird. And I'm not sure if you walked up to them in the street and said, hello, are you aware that you've already manifested me? That they might not think you were a lunatic, but I'm just saying they probably wouldn't. You also, and this is really important for you, need to look out for signs that it's coming, that they're manifesting, that this is manifesting for you. And those signs, I'm going to have a look at what they might be as well, see if we can drill down and get as much detail as possible. But it may be stars. So just think about seeing stars at night. But even if, like, I don't know, you find a pencil on the floor, you find some like foil confetti in the shape of a star, doesn't really matter what it is, but just have it in mind that this is a sign, okay, that this person has already manifested you, that they're already on their way. Oh my God. Oh my God. Love this deck, by the way. I'm trying to think of the name of it. I'll tell you in a minute. It's a Ride Awake deck, but it's like a sparkly edition. Okay. Swing. Now, this is the Eight of Wands. And of course, Eight of Wands is a fire sign card, so we may be dealing with a fire sign. But more importantly, the Eight of Wands is a communication card. So this is about, you can see it's like the eight wands run across, but we're in outer space here. I mean, I'm not very good at kind of planets and space and all that, but you know what I'm saying. So this, for me, the eight wands always remind me of binary dropping down a computer screen. Computer programming is coming into this again. Any kind of creative IT stuff. I'm really strong on the IT vibe here. So even if you don't work in IT at all, this is how you can spot and recognize this person. They may run their own computer company, they may fix computers, it could be engineering, but this is very much about messages, talking, internet, email, social media. They could work in social media, marketing, all of those kinds of things. But what I'm also getting is a message that comes through to you in unconventional means. This is really, I suppose the word would be cosmic. This is really cosmic. You know, I'm feeling these cosmic vibes and I'm really, really liking them, to be honest with you. Really liking them. Ooh. Okay, good. Let's just shift those up here a minute. This person is a grafter. Can you see here that we've got the Ten of Wands? So this is somebody who may be changing their lifestyle a bit or coming to a point where they feel they've gone as far as, I've just shown you the glitter, I can't help myself. They've just gone as far as they can go down a certain path, okay? But also it's somebody who is a grafter, because the card that I get next to it is the Eight of Pentacles. And you can see here, somebody is grafting, they're working. It's like the kind of day in, day out card. This is Sun in Virgo. So for some of you, this might be a Virgo. And Virgo, of course, is the sign of graft, and it is the sign of service. More importantly, this is somebody who will work hard for you. They'll work hard for the relationship. They'll want to do that. They're somebody who considers that grafting gets you where you need to be. Really, really strong sense of fairness, and they communicate this. They could be in law. They could be a lawyer. They could be talking about campaigning for something. They could be a campaigner. They could be in like local politics. But it feels like this is someone who has had, maybe when they were younger, they had to like look after siblings or, you know, help out at home in some way. There's a real sense of somebody who is not afraid of a hard day's work. Now I'm getting that you're pretty similar and that they admire this in you. Okay, you're going to appeal to this person because you have a strong moral code as well. And also this is a person, I feel that they are quite compartmentalized, but I don't feel that that's a bad thing. I think that they're tidy. I think they're the kind of person, and some of you will laugh and some of you will be like, what do you mean? Who actually makes proper folders for their emails. Just give you a moment to take that in. Now I know that some of you will be like, I've got folder upon subfolder and they're all flagged and tagged and color coded. I'm like, yeah. Well, I don't have any. I just have like 800,000 emails or something with a notification thing that just makes you just want to go to sleep. But this is a person who's got things quite squared away. We haven't had money cards come up, but I would wager that this person has savings and an emergency fund. You know what I'm saying? Organised. This is somebody who's organised. Now, I don't know if this is your normal type, but this is the person. You know, it is what it is. If you look at these cards, this is very much, there's two things. One is that there's this kind of cosmic angle. Two is that the communication between you is more than just 3D, and we'll have a look at that as well. By the way, if this really resonates with you, there will be an extended reading after this. And in the extended, we look at where is this person now? Are they aligned and ready for this relationship? How exactly will you meet? And we get some time frames and channel messages. I asked them questions. That's what I did in the last one. It was brilliant. I asked them questions and channeled answers, which was really useful actually. So just to let you know, that will be in the description box and a link if you're up for that. Okay, this is a person who on this has this kind of cosmic side and then also balances it out with this very down-to-earth, hard-working side. Kind of person who either has or would want to build their own property or project manage it, and they would know how to do it. For some of you, this is an engineer. I'm really getting that as well, or an architect. It's definitely not someone who's flying by the seat of their pants, picking up gigs and thinking, oh, I'll do a bit of this and then I'll just like busk a bit of that. No, that is not what they're doing. This is somebody who really has things quite sorted out. And, you know, I'm getting an image of, you know, those people who have clear pockets. And I know this doesn't sound very sexy, but actually this can be very sexy with this person. I'm just saying. Especially if you're really messy. I mean, they're attracted to you because of your moral compass. But do you know what? You might be a right old mess pot like me. But I think opposites attract in that way. They would love to, hey baby, let me do your filing. Chicka chicka. Ah, you know, that kind of thing. It can really work. I know. So this person, very much a grafter. I think they also like to do some physical stuff. They might be really good at carpentry or woodwork or kind of landscaping or something like that. I like the sound of this. Let's have a look at your major arcana. Oh, yes. The major arcana I get, this is the Ansata Tarot. So your major arcana for you and this person is the Strength card. Nice. This is a strong person. So if we're looking at their strengths and their weaknesses, okay, they have a lot of strengths, but they like strength. They like it. They're very invested in their own strengths. I would say their weaknesses is that they don't like admitting their weaknesses, and they don't like asking for help, and they don't like feeling vulnerable and messy. Now, I think, number 2, that you are a person that can deal with emotional mess. It's weird, in all of these, I've got something for them and I've got something for you. And I feel like you perhaps are used to and can navigate emotional mess in a way that this person finds unfathomable. The Strength card, I feel like this person, of course it could be a Leo, because we've got the Leo card, which is the Strength card. But also you could have Leo in your chart, some of you. But I'm just feeling this sense of quiet power this person has, which is very enjoyable. It's very calming. And they've got things under control. You know, with this card, the woman has the Lion under control, and it's not a coercive control. It's not, you know, she does it through, it's almost like lion whispering, isn't it? This is a person that has a quiet sense of order and a quiet sense of control. And what they do for a living involves a quiet sense of order and a quiet sense of control. I think they're a person who commands quite a lot of respect from people, and also enjoys a level of self-respect that really shows through and that you will find very attractive. And like I said, I think their weaknesses are very much that they're not good at making do. Like, they wouldn't bodge something. You know how sometimes when something needs doing, you just need to bodge it and move on. And you're like, I'll stuff it. Oh, you know, effectively putting a plaster on it kind of thing and saying, that'll do for now, bit of string, and this person would not want that. They want to do it properly, they want to start from scratch, okay? But do you know what? There's something about that I think is going to work so well for you. I just think you're going to find it really kind of calming and soporific. Oh my God, how lovely is that? So the love card that I get for you and this person is the Sacred Woman. This is your divine feminine coming out here. Let's just put this down here so we can see. We've got the feminine here in the Libra archetype, in the Justice archetype. But in the Sacred Woman, and I felt this with the Strength card as well, this person sees you as absolutely magical. And it's nice for you to be seen that way. They don't really understand your world. And there's something very charming about that to them and very alluring. So I think when you meet this person, you may have an instinct, especially if you meet them at a setting that's quite conventional. It feels like you will have an instinct to maybe hide the weird stuff, you know, and obviously in the beginning it's always a good idea to keep the crazy locked away, isn't it? But this is the kind of person that's actually going to appreciate what you might think is your weird stuff. And that's, once you get to that stage with somebody, and I think it'll almost be like that from the off, you can relax into your weird and your wonderful and your sacredness and your divine feminine. Because, you know, when you're in your divine feminine energy is quite weird and wonderful. It's not particularly squared off. It's not linear at all. It's quite phasic. It's quite like the moon, you know, it goes in different phases. Divine feminine energy I would associate with water, with tides, that kind of thing. It's not entirely predictable and it feels like it doesn't need to be, and that it's a massive turn on for this person. Actually, they think it's really sexy. So don't hide whatever your divine feminine side is, okay? And there's a need for this person to communicate. This person may be somebody you initially communicate with a lot via email rather than face to face. So it could be somebody that you meet online, or somebody where there's an element of it. It could even be long distance, but we'll have a look at some more cards for that. Oh, I love this. We get Diamond. So these come from Stephen Oracle. Stephen Farmer. The Messages of the Spirits of Nature Oracle. So with the diamond, a couple of things. One, it's a huge diamond, as in engagement rings. So this has a real promise that it's got legs. But it's also about being clear-cut. This is a person who is very clear-cut. I'm going to wager that you are a person who is less concerned with that, okay? And like I said, that's really, really going to spice it up for this person. It's going to make you seem mysterious and alluring and attractive. Whereas for you, they behave as a structure and a timeline. And it's perfect. Yeah, oh my God, absolutely. Let me just put my reading specs on because I'm going to look at these. These are amazing. So I've got 2 love affirmation cards here about you and this person. And they absolutely fit the rest of the reading. Absolutely. So we get commitment because we got the diamond, okay? We get commitment. This is somebody you could get married to if that's what you're looking for, or certainly committed relationship. It says here, I willingly accept that it's safe to topple my walls and commit completely to a relationship. It might be one that's already here. Do you remember at the beginning we said this person has already manifested you? You may dream about this, by the way. You may get dreams about it. It might be one that's already here or one that's on the way. Either way, those walls have got to go. Without them, I can go further, feel freer, and love bigger than ever before. Bonus, no walls means I'll save a lot of money on picture frames. This is a person who might even think that. But we also get resilience. 10 of Wands. This is a person who is resilient and committed, and they can graft, okay? Sticks and stones might break my bones, and unkind words can somehow drain every bit and joy of colour from my once rosy life, but nothing can permanently damage the real me. I love myself, I cherish myself, and I vow to remember I'm always camped out in the depths of myself, even when I don't feel like very much of myself. This is a person who is just beautifully logical about life. I think they've seen some things. I don't think, like most people, that they have escaped the slings and arrows of fortune. Do you know what I mean? Your story with this person, the style of your relationship is about resilience and commitment. This is a person you could definitely do up a property with. Even if you hate doing up property, they would take it on. This is a person you can build something with. It's somebody you could build a garden with, like a community project, or your own house or your own project. It's very clear cut. It's somebody you could have a very sound financial future with. It's not somebody who's going to gamble the money away or take too many chances. In a way, they're a safe bet. But also underneath it, I get a very sexy vibe from this person, and they might wear really good glasses. I just keep getting them. I know I'm wearing my glasses, but honestly, these aren't sexy glasses. I'm getting like a vibe that they've got really, could be a person in hot glasses. Just saying. Healing with the Angels Oracle cards. Gosh. So, okay. First off, we get ideas and inspiration. This is someone who's going to be right behind you wherever you're at with your career. They want to see you advance, okay? Really want to see you advance. It's also a big kind of boost to them if you're doing well. So it's somebody who, your career might be messier than theirs or not as clear cut as theirs, but they don't care. They want you to be happy in what you're doing. And this is a real touchstone between you. We also have trust. Trust is massive to this person, and it's going to be pretty obvious right from the get-go that you can trust this person. You can just tell. They have such a good, strong moral compass. And the way that they treat friends, the way they treat waiters, the way they treat their family in particular, and they may be responsible still financially for someone in their family. Let me know about that. I'm really interested to know about that. But this is someone you're going to have a real sense early on with that you can trust. And then, well, how absolutely gorgeous, and to get the diamond with it as well. This is your soulmate, and that's why they've already manifested you. That's incredible. I'm going to shake your hand. There you go, virtual handshake number 2. This is really, really good. Okay, I'm going to go and do the extended. We're going to look at where are they now? Are they aligned and ready? How will you meet them? And we're going to do some time frames, and then we're going to ask questions to this person and channel messages to you. Okay, so the link for that is down in the description box. And if this is where you leave the video, thank you, number 2, and absolute massive congratulations. Namaste. Hello, number 3. Okay, let's get cracking. I'm going to put that up there so we know where we are. And we're looking here for personality traits, any astrology that we can pick up, any details that we can get about maybe what they look like, and also about how they appear in the 3D, and then how they appear kind of spiritually, how you're connected spiritually to this person. Strengths, weaknesses, career, hobby, what they like to do, and, oh nice, your relationship story. Okay, so we get the 4 of Swords. Immediately, I'm getting that this person is a cuddly person, possibly a Taurus. I know the 4 of Swords is more associated with air signs because obviously it's a sword card, but that's not the be all and end all, and that's not the hunch particularly that I'm getting. I'm getting a real kind of Taurian, Cancerian kind of vibe here for this person. It just feels like, I don't know, they feel cozy to me, really, really cozy. Somebody who likes, they're a bit of a homebody, like their own space, maybe would travel a bit, but would always want to get back to their own bed. You know, that feeling of wanting to get back to your bed. The nice thing about that is they want to get back to your bed too, as in, for them it would be ideal, like spooning. They're like spooning central. They want to get back, they want to cuddle, they want to kind of, maybe, I mean, this is for particularly for my gem stars, get the old elasticated trousers on with you, you know, You can have a pair. You could both have matching elasticated trousers. Oh yes, that's life. Or maybe you could just get one big pair of elasticated trousers and both fit in it. That is, do you know what? I'm getting the sense of humour of this person. I'll tell you what else I'm getting. You know when you're a child and you can walk on one of your parents' feet and they walk you round on their feet? I can see this person doing that in the kitchen with you. This is interesting. Massive amount of detail coming in for me about this person. I would say that they were just a little taller than you, not much taller than you actually. That this person is very twinkly. They have a real twinkle about them. They have a mild and kind sense of humour. This is someone who is sensitive, but not, and I was going to say sensitive, but not soppy. They are a bit soppy. That's not true. They are a bit soppy. Might be brought to tears over sad film, that kind of thing. But at the same time, I don't know, if their back was against the wall, I think their protection, that's why I'm also getting Cancerian, their protection is high. Their desire to protect is really, really high as well. Okay. Also getting with this, carpentry and woodwork and just working with materials of some kind, maybe natural materials. Cool. Not bad, people. Let's have a look at the cards that we get for this person. Oh yeah, makes absolute sense. Oh wow. Okay, cool. Right, let's put that here. Okay, you getting the 10 of Cups, number 3. Not too shabby at all. Okay, beautiful. Let's just hone down a bit more on these. So first off, I'm getting the Ace of Pentacles. It's this very psychedelic kind of tarot, this one, isn't it? It's called the Rider-Waite Sparkles edition. And I absolutely love it. Right, Ace of Pentacles. Let's push this one up nearer. So the Ace of Pentacles, it's just a sense here. There's two things. One with the Ace of Pentacles, it's what I call biting the coin energy. So in the old days when people used to try and do counterfeit coins, people used to bite the coin to see whether it was whether it was like made of chocolate or just made of plastic, or whether it had the right weight about it. They might weigh the coin and see whether the weight was correct. I feel here with the Ace of Pentacles that this is a person who is very much like a stick of rock, okay? In other words, if you cut them in half, they are the same all the way through. What they say is what they do, and what you see is what you get. They don't have a side to them, as my mum would say. They've got no side. It's just absolutely, and this is an old school, old fashioned, bit of a Kellogg's kind of a word. They're pretty wholesome. And by God, is that hard to find these days. Yeah. And I feel like number 3, that's what you've been looking for as well. I'm just going to turn my heater down a little bit. I feel like for you, you may have had the experience of being with somebody who seemed like a vapor or a ghost, or even that you were ghosted. You know, that somebody was, what my friend who's very spiritual, she calls it smoke under the door. Like you can see it coming under the door, but there's no evidence of the fire. It's just, does this mean fired? What does this mean? It's always seeping under the door, you know, that kind of energy. So this is something that is the opposite of that. This person is completely filled in. They're there, they're real, they make sense, and they like to make sense. And honestly, they like things to make sense to them. You know, they want things to be plain and obvious. Simplicity is big for this person. I feel like they could be a landscaper or a farmer or work with the land in some way. Do you remember we had like raw and natural materials and things like that coming through? There's just this sense of simple, natural life. I think they probably eat quite well. I don't think they're very adventurous in terms of that. I think they know what they like. And they like, this sounds really mad, but they like potatoes, root vegetables, meat, just things that are very simple. It's like a farmer's diet. I also think in terms of the clothes that they wear, they might wear natural fibres. And I'm also seeing like a real sort of nice old muddy jacket. Don't know where that's coming in. Now, number 3, you are the only one so far where I slightly wonder if you know this person a bit. And it could be that you just feel you've known them from a past life or something like that. But I have to say that to you, this is very much a reading of the future and who your next person's going to be. But I just get this slight strand, and leave me a comment about that, that you might have met them in the street and not know. Or they could be someone who's done work on your house or work for a friend of yours or something like that. Or even someone you've already got a slight connection with, but I can't quite get my head around that. Okay. We've got I'm assuming that this is the 2 of Swords. Let me just have a look at it. It must be, because it's completely the right iconography for the 2 of Swords. Yeah, there's the 2 swords. We've got the 2 of Swords here. And again, now the 2 of Swords is somebody, this is a person, I think, who does not have a massive plan about where they're going to be in 5 years' time. I'm going to be doing this, and then I'm going to upgrade my car, and then I might move to a bigger house. Just don't think they work like that. This is somebody who can take life as it comes, actually. They are kind of nicely aware that life doesn't always, life is what happens to you when you're making other plans. They already have that idea. They know. This is somebody who may have been brought up in an all-female household as well. That's the feeling that I'm getting for this. And if we're looking here at their strengths are that they don't get stressed very easily. They're a very calm person to be around. And number 3, you might be somebody who does get stressed or does get anxious and just finds overthinking to be something for you. You may be an overthinker. This person is good with that. They don't have their own overthinking, so there's plenty of room for yours. They know how to unwind, and they can help you to unwind. I mean, this is the kind of person that goofs around a little bit. You can do silly things, or they'll want to just walk in a field or walk in the forest, walk near some water, walk the dog, whatever it is. They just have a sense of playful simplicity and an almost carefree vibe, which I love. And it feels like all of your woes and cares about the future and what about this and what about that and stacking it right and all the rest of it. This person can just yeah, it'll all be good. Just stick with me. I get that very much, that they're saying stick with me. And that, when we're looking here at your relationship story and your relationship style, I think you complement each other, because their weakness, and I'm just looking here, interesting, their weakness Look at this. 4 of Cups. Love this card. Their weakness is decision making. So most of the time this is very charming that they are so carefree, but now and again you're going to want them to jump one way or the other. You know, do we buy this house? Do we not buy this house? Do we do this? Do we do that? Even, you know, do we go here on holiday, or should we invest here, or whatever? You know, do you want fish fingers or chips? Whatever kind of urgent decision needs to be made. This person is not an urgent decision kind of a person. They're drifty, they're quite drifty, and they may not be massively career orientated. And it's weird because I get material things for them, but they're not into material things. So I get that they like woodwork, that they like trees, and you could be dealing here with a tree surgeon. I get that they like home and simplicity and simple cooked foods and things like that. And their mum's Sunday roast, you know, it's that real kind of feeling. But if we're looking at material things in terms of cars and progress and getting promoted and a better house and a good location and all of those kind of material things, they don't really care a fig for any of that. Just not bothered. So I don't know if you'd call that a weakness. Let me know in the comments section. It is what it is. And then here, this is it. This is the love they have to give. It's very simple. It's storybook stuff. And it's absolutely not pretending to be cynical, because it's not cynical. It's just like puppy dog eyes. It's gorgeous energy. I'm getting more brown eyes for this person as well. Just had a lovely pair of brown eyes. Almost puppy eyes, like dog eyes. Oh yeah, of course. So I've done a major arcana card for each one, number 1, number 2, number 3. And what would you guess would come up for this person? It's just absolutely spot on. Look. So this is the Ansata Tarot, and we get Temperance. Temperance comes up for this person. Of course it does. And Temperance, well, you can see here, it's just so balanced. The sun and moon, the masculine, the feminine energy, and that's whichever gender you are. It's just masculine and feminine energy is really balanced in the relationship. It represents Sagittarius and Jupiter energy, which is very kind of lucky. And again, Jupiter, the planet of luck. And I'm not going to plan this, and expansion, and yeah, let's do it, and it'll just be all right, and we can do this and we can do that. This is a beautiful energy. This person, I think they were born this way, but I also think there was a little bit of this and that in their childhood. I kind of get that there may have been a father that disappeared or went, but I think the way that they've reacted to that is that their masculine energy, they know what's right. Duty is big for this person, doing the right thing, but they don't overthink that. They probably couldn't even put it into words. It's literally, they just do the right thing. They just do it. They're not going to leave the toilet seat. They clear up after themselves, but they're not fancy about it, you know? Love this energy. Love, love, love that Temperance. Okay. Oh, I remember this. This is gorgeous. Yeah. So the Oracle card I get is Snake Shedding, and I also get the Divine Feminine. Love, love, love this too. For some of you, being in your Divine Feminine has been a real challenge with relationships. I feel like you belong in the Divine Feminine, and you know, you can see here, it's absolutely gorgeous, this card. This is Belinda Grace Love Cards. See how the hair is kind of rooted, you know, beautifully rooted. And by the way, I forgot to say, if this really resonates with you, and I'm pretty sure it does actually, there will be an extended reading for this. And in the extended, we're going to look at Where is this person now? Are they aligned and ready? How are you going to meet them? Time frames. And I'm going to channel messages. I ask them questions that they can answer. So if that's yours, if you're into that, then that's in the description box. It will be linked as extended reading cards number 3. Okay, forgot that. Just need to say it. So I feel like for some of you, being in your divine feminine is something that's very natural to you, but it hasn't always been encouraged or appreciated by what you've experienced from other people. And it was very powerful when I was laying the cards out. I remember this snake card coming out and feeling very positive about it, because normally with snake stuff you're like, ooh, snake stuff, but this is about a shedding. And I feel like for you, you're shedding the armor when you meet this person. So you may have had to build an armor around your feminine energy because it's been damaged, it's been compromised, it's been not appreciated. And feminine energy thrives on being appreciated and respected and given room. And I feel like it's been constricted. And what's happening when you meet this person is the way that they see you is so much in your divine feminine that you are encouraged to let your layers just drop off. They're warm. They are literally like stepping into, I don't know, it's like they just, if they were a food, they'd be like really good mashed potato. And by God, it's comfort food, isn't it? This person is like comfort food, comfort love. And that level of comfort gives you the opportunity to really kind of shed your skin and grow into who you really are. And they really appreciate it. And it's about time. You love that. You want to be appreciated, and they're here to do it. I love that. It's very, very powerful energy for you guys. So I chose a couple of love and relationship cards for you, a couple of affirmation cards for you. So first of all, for your person, we get wisdom. With every relationship, I gain valuable wisdom. I'm always learning which qualities stimulate, support and inspire me, and which ones make me want to cram a soup spoon into my ear and turn it slowly. In that sense, even failed relationships are actually successes. See how wise I stand. And this is a person who does have a lot of homespun wisdom about them, okay? They do have a sense of, it's like old school wisdom. Old school wisdom. And then we have celebration. When I come across people in happy, healthy relationships, I give jealousy the finger and celebrate their joy. When I do something, I'm rooting for the good guys. That means I'm a good guy. And that means all of us win. Who wants to celebrate? This person, by the way, if they have a couple of glasses of champers, they're a happy drunk. They're the one knocking around, filling up people's glasses when you have a party at your house. They're looking after your mum on Christmas Day. It's that kind of kindness and just gentleness. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Let's have an oracle card for this person. Oh, of course. You get blessed. I call this on my channel the blessed prawn. And it is. It's a card that is so simple. It's like, what am I? You're blessed. Nice things happening. When you're with this person as well, you become luckier. Some of it rubs off. You become more relaxed. You become more lucky. And you become more divine feminine. You become more yourself. I'm going to have some healing with the angels oracle cards as well for this person. This is a lovely reading, number 3. You don't have to worry about a thing, and that's just so nice. I think for some of you, there's been, what I'm really picking up on here is this very anxious, kind of head in your hands. Where do I stand? I don't know if I should say anything. Am I being fussy? You know, are my standards too high? No, they're not. But you only find that out when it suddenly becomes so easy with somebody else. So healing with the Angels Oracle cards. Oh yeah, of course. Absolutely. We get listening, enchantment, and healing. Beautiful, beautiful energy. Now, the listening is about listening to your own heart, but listening to your own fears. Because number 3, some of you have had a good reason to stop listening and to stop looking and to actually give up the search, I think, here. You know, to say to yourself, there is no one for me, there's no good ones out there, they're all, you know, it's all traumatic, that kind of energy. And enchantment in the middle, oh God, enchantment is gorgeous. 1 or 2 of you may have a connection with horses as well, because we've got I don't know why, I just really feel it for you with this person for some reason. You may end up going on a horse or around horses. You know, like therapy horse, or just looking at them in a field, or even riding them. Enchantment is learning to see the world through the eyes of a child again. It's just something that this person does, and it's just going to rub off on you. Okay. And then the healing card. I am so not surprised to see that card here. Your experience with this person is very gently healing to you. And you're not going to know how much you've needed this until you have it, or how lacking your other relationships were until it's there. You know, suddenly you're like, oh, I see, I get it. You know, it's here. I love this. I think if I could like sum it up, apart from the fact that the first card really does sum up this, it feels like you're here. You've arrived, you know, you've arrived with this person. Beautiful energy. Oh, number 3, I'm going to go do the extended. We're going to look at where are they now, how are you going to meet them, like literally the places that you could meet them, the time frames and the messages that they have for you. And I'm going to, ask them the questions. I've got this brilliant box of questions that I get out, this one here, and actually ask them the questions and channel the answers. I know, it's brilliant. So anything you need will be in the description box of the video. The link for the extended is below. I hope you enjoyed this number 3, and if this is where you leave the video, thank you very much for being here today. And I'm really pleased to be able to give you this gorgeous message as well. So take it and run with it, and then give it a big cuddle and leave me a comment. Namaste.